Okay. Good afternoon. Will the audience please stand for the Army ROTC Wing Walker Honor Guard to post the colors and the playing of the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good afternoon and welcome to Spring 2024 Commencement Ceremony. Please be seated. My name is Sue Vanderwood and it is my privilege and honor to serve as the Dean of the College of Veterinary Medicine and Biomedical Sciences. A word about my mask. I have had a little bit of congestion this afternoon. I was COVID negative this morning, but a number of our graduates are going to graduate with a degree in microbiology. So I wanted to have an abundance of caution and wear my mask through the ceremony, and I also will refrain from shaking hands, so I apologize for that, but you'll have plenty of folks to shake your hands today as we celebrate this great event. We'll be celebrating and recognizing accomplishments of our undergraduate students. We know that a major accomplishment of this magnitude is never done alone, and so we also celebrate, recognize, and thank our faculty, friends, and family who have helped make today possible. We are all pleased that you are here, and we thank you for making time and the travel that has brought us all together today. I would like to welcome Dr. Naomi Nishi to the podium to begin this ceremony and acknowledge the origins of the land that our university was built upon.
Congratulations to you, our graduates, and your families. I'm honored to introduce the CSU Land Acknowledgement today. As I do so, I think it's important for us to reflect on the meaning of land. For many of us here, land means property. Land means resource. Maybe land means capital. But when we consider indigenous ways of knowing, we might be able to see how land means connection. Land means life. Land means spirit. The land does not belong to us. Instead, we are in relationship. We are dependent on the land and should hold it sacred as Native people have done and continue to do. Let us contemplate this as we reflect on CSU's land acknowledgement.
Colorado State University acknowledges with respect that the land we are on today is the traditional and ancestral homelands of the Arapaho, Cheyenne, and Ute nations and peoples.
This was also a site of trade, gathering, and healing for numerous other native nations.
We recognize the indigenous peoples as original stewards of this land and all the relatives within it.
As these words of acknowledgement are spoken and heard, the ties nations have to their traditional homelands are renewed and reaffirmed.
CSU is a land-grant institution, and we accept that our mission must encompass access to education and inclusion.
And significantly, that our founding came at a dire cost to Native nations and peoples whose land this university was built upon.
This acknowledgement is the education and inclusion we must practice in recognizing our institutional history, responsibility, and commitment.
Thank you, Dr. Nishi, and I hope you're all gazing outside at the beautiful land today as well. Let's continue with some key introductions of those you see on the platform. I will ask each person here to rise and remain standing through the introductions. Please hold your applause until all have been introduced. I'd like to present Dr. Marion Underwood, Provost and Executive Vice President for Colorado State University, Major Adam Gretz, Army ROTC, Military Science at CSU, Dr. Sean Bingham, Director, University Honors Program, Dr. Colin Clay, Professor and Executive Associate Dean, Dr. Sandra Quackenbush, Professor, Associate Dean for Academic and Student Affairs, Dr. Naomi Nishi, Assistant Dean for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, Dr. Naomi Ward, Professor and Department Head, Microbiology, Immunology, and Pathology, Dr. Brett Smith, Professor and Department Head, Biomedical Sciences, Dr. Alexander Brandel, Professor, Interim Department Head, Environmental and Radiological Health Sciences, Dr. Noreen Reist, Professor, Director, Molecular, Cellular, and Integrative Neuroscience Program, Dr. Christiane McGee, Associate Professor, Associate Department Head, Biomedical Sciences, Dr. Philip Quirk, Assistant Professor, Director of the Undergraduate Neuroscience Program, Dr. Jennifer McLean, Associate Head and Associate Professor of Microbiology, Immunology, and Pathology. Please join me in recognizing these platform members. You may be seated. I would like to recognize Associate Dean Sandra Quackenbush, affectionately known as Q, for her contributions to CVMBS and every graduate today. Q attained her PhD at CSU from the Department of MIP, conducted postdoctoral training at Cornell University, held her first faculty position at University of Kansas, and we were incredibly fortunate to recruit her back here about 20 years ago. She's conducted important research in retrovirology and discovered viruses in bighorn sheep, Gunnison's prairie dogs, Atlantic salmon, marine turtles, to name a few. She was appointed the Associate Dean for Academic and Student Affairs in 2015, and she will be stepping down from this position in July as we welcome Dr. Todd Clapp to the position of the Associate Dean of Academic and Student Affairs full-time. Q tirelessly led the college's teaching mission during the COVID pandemic, and she's a born leader who consistently acts with integrity and focus to promote student learning, success, and well-being. Her open-minded, innovative, and can-do attitude has expanded the College of Veterinary Medicine and Biomedical Sciences undergraduate profile to enroll nearly 1,000 students. Thank you, Q, for all you have done for us. I would like to invite Major Adam Gretz to the podium to recognize our newly commissioned officers and veterans.
Good afternoon, and thank you for the invitation to today's ceremony. My name is Major Adam Gretz, Assistant Professor of Military Science for Army ROTC. It is my great pleasure to introduce the newest commissioned officer into our armed forces. On Friday morning, the following graduate was commissioned by the Army. As I read your name, please stand. Now, Lieutenant Leanna Lincoln. Leanna Lincoln is graduating with a degree in Biomedical Sciences, Anatomy and Physiology concentration, and a military science minor. Leanna will be heading to Fort Sam Houston for her Medical Services Officers Training, and then she will be assigned to Joint Base Lewis McChord in Washington State. At this time, I would now like to ask any active duty, National Guard, Reserve, or veteran students graduating today to also please stand. All right. Finally, I ask any active duty members, veterans, National Guard and Reserve members, and the armed forces in our audience today to please stand. We don't need to applause again. So thank you for those that have always served this great nation. Thank you for this connection time this afternoon. Congratulations to all graduates as you continue your journey. Go Rams.
Thank you, Major Gretz. It is my pleasure to now introduce our students that will be delivering their commencement address. Welcome to Veronica Neer and Alex Silverhart to the stage to deliver their remarks.
Hi, I'm Veronica, and I'm very excited to be a part of this graduating class. And I first want to express my gratitude to the faculty and staff of this community and this college and this university as a whole. Commencement would not happen today without your support. I also want to thank everyone who supported the students graduating today, whether they are physically in attendance or not. It takes a community to make it here. Now, when I reflect on my undergraduate experience, the best way for me to describe it is a lot like the Unknowns project many of us have to complete in general microbiology lab. You show up to campus, and they give you a tie-dye lab coat, some lab goggles, and a vial containing a couple strains of bacteria, more or less. As we start this experiment called college, there are many questions that need to be answered, one of which, who are we going to survive the next 4 years or so with? Who are we going to spend late nights cramming for an exam with, or do anything but prepare for said exam? And while we are starting to answer these questions, we begin to isolate the bacteria on the agar plates and give them time to grow in the incubator. We notice tiny specks on the plate, each colony representing different parts of our lives, one representing our academic life, the major we choose, the career goals we have. Other colonies represent other aspects of our lives, like our friends, our hobbies. These colonies have different shapes and sizes, but they make up who we are. We survive the wildfire apocalyptic world that was our first years of college, literally, and run another test titled Organic Chemistry. Now, I don't remember how I ran that test, but my percent yield on my compound I synthesized was greater than 100%, so I definitely did something wrong. Many of us also ran other tests titled Anatomy and Physiology that were sometimes not that humorous to run. Hi, Kenny. We'd be spending so much time looking at a tag structure on the exam wondering what it was when the answer was inside us all along, anatomically speaking. And then we run another test that will decide the course of our future, but the answer is unclear. We hold the plate up to the light to hopefully obtain a better answer, and we think of every possible result, but we're not sure what to do next. We feel stuck, and when we ask our professor how to interpret the test, they just look at us and say, "What do you think?" Because we had to make that choice for us. Now, if we took that same agar plate of all the individual bacterial colonies we had at the beginning of our time here at CSU and compared them to the plate we have today, we would notice some stark differences. Some colonies may have changed shape, size, or color. In addition, if we compare them with each other's, there will never be one plate that matches another's, which is really cool. Completing the Unknowns project shows us how diversity, equity, inclusion, and justice are crucial in the scientific process. We all ran different tests and came up with different ideas to identify our bacteria. We each have something unique to bring to this world of science, and really the opportunity to share all the experiences that we've had and remember from our time as undergraduate students. So it's important to recognize and remember all of those perspectives and factor them into the decisions we make. For maybe one of the first times in our life, we have full command of what comes next, and there are so many tests that we can run. And it can be very overwhelming to think about. We could get a job, go back to school, travel, or take a well-deserved nap. The next 4 years are not really planned out, and how exciting that is. So to this graduating class, my peers, lean into the unknown and get excited for what is to come, because I'm very excited for what this group of scientists is going to do to make the world a better place. Thank you. Congratulations.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Thank you. Hello, friends, family, faculty, staff, and fellow graduates. I want to start off with a note of gratitude for every single person in this room. Think about how far we've come. I'm incredibly proud to be part of the 2024 College of Veterinary Medicine and Biomedical Sciences graduating class. Almost exactly 4 years ago in 2020, I expected to be standing on a stage similar to this, giving my high school valedictorian speech. As for most of us, the COVID-19 pandemic took away so much, but it did give me something I will never forget. Like most individuals who were required to socially distance from the rest of the world, I turned to a teenager's best friend, Netflix, and started watching a little show known by the name of RuPaul's Drag Race. I had known I had been gay for a few years, but I've never had the opportunity to dive into LGBTQ culture like I did over the summer of 2020. While drag queens such as RuPaul taught me a lot about fashion and queer vernacular, the most important thing I learned was how to be authentically myself. And I think this was perfect timing for a lesson such as this. Coming from a small charter school in conservative Colorado, CSU was a big change for me. As a freshman, as many of you had to do, I had to determine whether my grades defined me or whether there was something more behind this college experience everyone talks about. This can be an extremely challenging endeavor, especially for the competitive VMBS students that treat college like a season of Survivor. I'll tell you one thing, though. I never thought I would be giving a lecture on STIs to hundreds of students in MIP 300, as some of you may recognize me from. But doing so fueled my passion for teaching and my innate desire to share science with the world around me. It gave me something else to work on after taking human dissection, where I realized I was not interested in living out my Grey's Anatomy dream of becoming a cardiovascular surgeon like Christina Yang. And it led me to my position in ASCSU, where I did discover another passion in advocating for sexual and reproductive health. This is not how I expected my college experience to go, coming in as a pre-med major and leaving as, well, I don't really know right now. But isn't that what these 4 years are all about? There's no set direction. We are constantly redefining our future and where we want to go. My advice to you, my fellow graduates, is to seek out the most authentic and genuine version of yourself. Redefine your future as many times as you want. Maybe you changed your major 3 times to get here. Or maybe you're realizing that you want to work in public health instead of the medical field. And maybe, just maybe, that's okay. Whatever direction you took, however many turns you made, the most important part is that you are here now listening to me yap. That is something to be incredibly proud of. And it may have been messy and hard, and you may have inhaled a little too much formaldehyde along the way. But as the drag queen herself, RuPaul, says, if you can't love yourself, how in the heck are you supposed to love anybody else? We all have the potential to change the world around us for the better. And I truly believe the best way to do this is with our unique perspectives, our unique paths, and our unique and authentic selves. So I ask you, class of 2024, what do you want to do with your life? What kind of person do you want to be? Congratulations, my friends. I wish you all the very best. And now it's time for all of us to sashay away.
Thank you, Veronica and Alex. Okay. Hello, my name is Dr. Sandy Quackenbush, as you've already heard, and I serve as the Associate Dean for Academic and Student Affairs. We are very proud to be here today celebrating with our graduates as they make the transition to the next chapter in their lives. A critical part of our land-grant mission is to provide access to education and to help ensure our community has the opportunity for a college education. We have 28 of our graduates that are first-generation students. A first-generation college student is one who is the first in their family to attend university. The success of first-generation students in our college and at our university is a point of pride for all of us. It is also a pleasure to recognize students who are graduating with distinctions and honors. For students being honored, please stand as I call your name and remain standing until all your colleagues in all categories are introduced. I ask that the audience members hold your applause until all have been recognized and are standing. Let me start with students graduating with the highest distinction based upon their cumulative grade point average. Summa cum laude graduates are the top 1% of the class. Magna cum laude graduates are the next 3% of the class, and cum laude graduates are the next 6% of the class. These graduates may be wearing gold bachelor's regalia. Ashley Danner, Kayla Fairweather, Sean George, Megan Hager, Julianne Kinsfater, Veronica Newyear, and Quinn O'Neill are graduating summa cum laude. Elka Miles, Ella Sanford, and Alex Silverhart are graduating magna cum laude. Samuel Baird, Ryan Bayer, Tatum Flatt, Fiona Freeman, Katie Hammond, Daria Hennigan, Kayla Jacobs, Ashlyn Madrill, Maya Matsubara, Santiago Pinato, Julia Siegel, and Aliyah Villanueva, and Braden Harris are graduating cum laude. Thank you very much. So candidates graduating as University Honors Scholars or Disciplinary Honors Scholars must complete the honors program course requirement and a thesis while maintaining a GPA of 3.5. These students may be wearing green bachelor's regalia. Students, please stand as a group and be recognized as candidates for graduation with honors as honors scholars. These students will be recognized individually as they walk across the stage to receive their diploma. I know you're out there. Come on, stand up. We're so proud to have the accomplishments of this group of outstanding young colleagues. I now welcome Dr. Marian Underwood, Provost and Executive Vice President, to deliver her remarks.
Thank you, Dr. Quackenbush. Dear Rams, congratulations. In earning a college degree, you have done something remarkable that sets you apart in the world. There is a particular quote by the late President John F. Kennedy that I often think about during commencement when I look out on students like you who are in their caps and gowns, excited for what lies ahead. President Kennedy said, "Increased responsibility goes with increased ability, for of those to whom much is given, much is required." President Kennedy used versions of that quote many a time in his speeches. It reflected a theme in his life of giving back and a desire to inspire others to do so. As you prepare to celebrate your amazing accomplishments and pursue your career, remember, you face a world that is filled both with great promise and immense conflict, and much will be required of you. You've come a long way to be here today. You earned this, no doubt, and it was not an easy road to travel. But here you are. As future leaders and change makers, you give us hope that we can lift humanity and improve quality of life and our environment for all. I'll close with an excerpt from a speech President Kennedy gave in 1963 when he spoke to a group of youth. He said, "I come here today not just because you're doing well and because you're outstanding students, but because we expect something of you. We ask the best of you. I congratulate you on what you've done, and most of all, I congratulate you on what you're going to do. CVMBS scholars, we ask the best of you. Everything you have done to this point matters. Everything you will do in your lives from this day forward will matter. And I congratulate you on what you are going to do." I now invite Dr. Quackenbush to the podium to present the Spring 2024 class.
Provost Underwood, it is my pleasure to confirm that each of these students has completed the degree requirements for their program of study and have been recommended by the faculty members in the discipline to receive their academic degree.
College of Veterinary Medicine and Biomedical Sciences graduating class of 2024, please rise for the conferring of your degrees. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Governors of the Colorado State University System, I hereby confer on each of you the Bachelor of Science degree, together with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereunto. Guests, family members, and colleagues, please join me in congratulating these outstanding graduates on their significant achievements.
Graduates, you may be seated. Congratulations. Will our commencement marshal, Chase Weldon, please escort the graduates to the platform? This spring, we are honored to have faculty and staff members nominated to read the student statements. We are joined by Dr. Christiane McGee, who will announce for anatomy and physiology, Dr. Cheryl Magzaman, who will read for environmental public health, Dr. Tracy Kinkle will read for the microbiology and infectious disease, and Mr. Kenny Ivey will read for neuroscience. Each will read the students' personal statements as they cross the stage. Please hold a pause until all graduates from that department have been recognized.
The following graduates from the Anatomy and Physiology concentration will be greeted by Department Head Dr. Brett Smith. Congratulations will be offered by college and university officials. Alex Silverhart of Parker, Colorado, plans to continue working at UC Health's Poudre Valley Hospital and pursue a master's degree in public health. Jessica Glissenfer of Fort Collins plans to continue her work as an advanced EMT and as a deputy coroner for Larimer County. Brianna Brettel of Berthoud, Colorado, will pursue a doctorate in nursing. Mia Hill of Fort Collins plans to attend physician assistant school. Caleb Aaron Hopkins of Windsor, Colorado, will continue his education in medical school. Samuel Baird of Berthoud, Colorado, plans to attend medical school. Peyton Riley Waltemath of Brighton, Colorado, plans to work as an EMT before applying to physician assistant school. Carter Crummings of Castle Rock, Colorado, plans to become a pediatric physician's assistant. Fiona Freeman of Diamond Bar, California, will be attending veterinary school at Purdue University. Sean Kenneth George of Westminster, Colorado, plans to attend physician assistant school. Dylan Patamber of Castle Rock, Colorado, plans to attend medical school. Madison Claire Andert of Colorado Springs will be attending veterinary school at The Ohio State University this fall. Megan Eichelbeck of Armonk, New York, is attending University College Dublin School of Veterinary Medicine. Quinn O'Neill of Nederland, Colorado, will be attending CSU's veterinary school this fall. Griffin James Holyfield of Ouray, Colorado, plans to travel before applying to medical school. Maddie Musso of Los Altos, California, plans to become a certified EMT before pursuing graduate school. Rebecca Webster of Plano, Texas, will take a gap year before pursuing a master's degree in genetic counseling. Haley Nicole Silva of Thornton, Colorado, plans to continue her education and become a physician's assistant. Ashley Danner of San Luis Obispo, California, will gain work experience before applying to physician assistant school. Samantha Bobbitt of Fremont, Nebraska, will volunteer with the AmeriCorps teaching math and science to inner city kids in New York City before attending graduate school. Leanna Lincoln of Annapolis, Maryland, will serve as a medical services officer in the U.S. Army. Dylan Malone of Loveland, Colorado, plans to attend advanced camp for Army ROTC and commission as an officer in the U.S. Army. Vanessa Hartanto of Surabaya, Indonesia, is still deciding on her future plans. Madison Vanderbert of Highlands Ranch, Colorado, will attend nursing school at CU Anschutz Medical Campus. Athena Dionisa Wright of Mesquite, Texas, plans to attend physician assistant school and work in women's health. Elka Miles of Rollinsville, Colorado, will be attending veterinary school at Kansas State University. Sierra Jean Dobney of Klamath Falls, Oregon, will be attending the Royal Veterinary College in London to pursue a doctorate in veterinary medicine. Chris Rusher of Broomfield, Colorado, plans to earn a master's degree in assisted reproductive technologies. Eli Chase of Denver, Colorado, plans to gain further clinical experience before applying for medical school. Zachary Sawicki of Littleton, Colorado, plans to work in the medical device industry doing sales or project management. Marcy Jung of Seoul, South Korea, will be attending CSU's Biomedical Master's Program, specializing in assisted reproductive technologies. Rainey B. Veazey of Golden, Colorado, plans to travel, work, and apply to veterinary school. Abby Summers of Evergreen, Colorado, plans to take a gap year before applying to medical school. Katie Marie Hammond of Littleton, Colorado, will take a gap year before beginning dental school next fall. Aaliyah Villanueva of Colorado Springs will work as a medical assistant before applying to graduate programs. Keelan Rachel Cook of Parker, Colorado, plans to explore different career paths in medicine. Heather Jost of Tinmouth, Colorado, plans to gain clinical experience before applying to medical school. Jacob A. Gantz of Highlands Ranch, Colorado, plans to continue working as an EMT before applying to medical school. Ryan Bayer of Beulah, Colorado, will be attending the Anatomy and Physiology Master's Program here at CSU before pursuing physician assistant school. Aaliyah Ruth Hammery of Bailey, Colorado, plans to attend medical school and become an OBGYN. Bella McKinsey Berg of Frederick, Colorado, plans to hit the workforce and invest time in herself and new career opportunities. Haley K. Brown of Nashville, Tennessee, will be attending CSU's Biomedical Sciences Master's Program with a focus on animal anatomy. Bianca Johanna Eldridge of Broomfield, Colorado, will continue her education at CSU in the Biomedical Sciences Master's Program. Gannon Lee Jones of Colorado Springs plans to move to Detroit to pursue career opportunities. Santiago Pinedo Fuentenalba of Los Angeles, Chile, will apply to medical school. Olivia Perez of Austin, Texas, plans to complete EMT certification and further her studies in medical school. Julia Vandelint of Fort Collins will continue working as a psychiatric medical assistant before pursuing medical school. Ashley Nicole Decker of Colorado Springs will be attending Mount Marty University to pursue a master's degree in biotechnology. Katie Keenan of Sedgwick, Colorado, plans to pursue a master's degree in speech-language pathology. Marley Elizabeth Delaney of Littleton, Colorado, will work in the medical field and assist the CSU women's rugby team while applying to medical school. Haley Elizabeth Sager of Whispering Pines, North Carolina, plans to work as a medical assistant before applying to physician assistant school. Sarah Halberg of Broomfield, Colorado, will work as a medical assistant before applying to PA school and pursuing a career in women's health. Skylar Nolenberger of Parker, Colorado, will be attending medical school, pursuing an osteopathic route with a passion for women's and fetal care. Olivia Brock of Loveland, Colorado, will be attending a master's program at CU Denver. Evan Hurtado of Colorado Springs will be entering CSU's Biomedical Sciences master's program. Mason Durham of Idaho will continue working while studying for the MCAT. Janice Peralta of Austin, Texas, plans to apply to veterinary school to study wildlife veterinary medicine. Chris Fracumont of Highlands Ranch, Colorado, plans to attend medical school. Ella Sanford from Highlands Ranch is planning to apply to medical school. Grace Evelyn Gaylord of Albuquerque, New Mexico, plans to continue her education at the University of New Mexico Medical School. Sam Dorsey of Boulder, Colorado, plans to pursue further education at a medical school. Jordan E. Navarro of Frisco, Texas, plans to attend vet school. Anna Elizabeth Johnson of Spring Branch, Texas, will be attending veterinary school at Ross University. Tyler Johnson of Loveland, Colorado, plans to achieve a master's degree in biomedical sciences. Katie Roberts of Parker, Colorado, will be attending CSU's Biomedical Sciences master's program, specializing in anatomy and physiology. Ryan Lamson of Denver, Colorado, plans to attend graduate school. Olivia Vandy Kirkove of Colorado Springs plans to pursue a career in forensic science. Eden Ainsko of Arvada plans to attend physician assistant school. Carson Sherwood of Hudson, Colorado, plans to travel and spend time with family before pursuing medical school. Marissa Ochoa of Colorado Springs plans to attend veterinary school. Andrew James Hennon of Severance, Colorado, plans to take a gap year before applying to medical school. Madison Helen Wustrow of Austin, Texas, plans to apply to physician assistant school. Alexis Anderson of Bismarck, North Dakota, plans to work as a medical assistant and apply to medical school. Catherine Valera Keel of Littleton, Colorado, plans to pursue a graduate school degree. Rebecca Isaac of Leander, Texas, plans to take a gap year before applying to veterinary school. Megan Riley Hager of Sweet Home, Oregon, will attend graduate school here at CSU, pursuing a PhD in toxicology. Madison Lee Managa of Westminster, Colorado, will work as a medical assistant before applying to physician assistant school. Brooke Elizabeth Zarecki of Broomfield, Colorado, will work as a medical assistant before attending physician assistant school. Mackenzie Rose Widmer of Oregon City, Oregon, plans to work as an EMT in Portland while applying to medical school. Nora Hamroon of Aurora, Colorado, will pursue a career in nursing. Joanna Kinsfodder of Eaton, Colorado, plans to work as an EMT before attending medical school. Kayla Hope Fairweather of Parker, Colorado, will be starting a PhD program in immunology at the University of Colorado Anschutz Medical Campus. Julianne Kinsfodder of Eaton, Colorado, plans to work as an EMT before attending medical school. James Richard Wallen III of Arvada, Colorado, plans to pursue medical school to become a pediatrician. Grace Lynn Hathaway of Cedar Ridge, Colorado, plans to work as an EMT while applying for DO school. Cassandra Breeden of Greeley, Colorado, plans to continue her education in graduate school and then medical school. Nashoni Aspen Hatch of Lakewood, Colorado, plans to pursue a combined MD-PhD program to provide culturally competent health care to the Navajo Nation. B. Woods of Fountain, Colorado, plans to pursue a doctorate degree in veterinary medicine and a bachelor's degree in music production. Annabella Erin Martinez of Arvada, Colorado, plans to pursue a master's degree with the goal of participating in research abroad. Zachary Frank Marcolina of Golden, Colorado, will attend the University of Southern California to obtain his doctorate in physical therapy. Please join me in congratulating our Biomedical Sciences, Anatomy, and Physiology graduates.
The following graduates from the Environmental Public Health concentration will be greeted by Interim Department Head Dr. Alexander Brandel. Congratulations will be offered by college and university officials. Veronica Ray New Year of Larkspur, Colorado, will be continuing on the journey to becoming a physician. Daniel Beck Bulgarides of El Segundo, California, will pursue a career as a firefighter. Cassidy Hale of Aztec, New Mexico, will work as a public health intern in Dillingham, Alaska, and then pursue graduate school. Camille Fancy of Avondale, Pennsylvania, will be applying to graduate programs in epidemiology. Jordan Elizabeth Stokes of Colorado Springs has accepted a job in occupational and chemical safety with Colorado Springs Utilities. Braden Harris of Westminster, Colorado, will be working in water quality at Rocky Mountain National Park. Patrick Graham of Denver will attend graduate school at CSU for industrial hygiene. Kristen Wenninger of Caledonia, Michigan, will attend the University of Colorado Anschutz for a PhD in toxicology. Althea Wilson of Falls Church, Virginia, will work as an enforcement and compliance inspector at the EPA in Denver. Abigail Elizabeth Waller of Westminster, Colorado, will serve as a global health volunteer in the Peace Corps in Mozambique. Tatum Caroline Flatt of San Diego will complete the Master of Public Health portion of her 4+1 dual degree. Please join me in congratulating our Biomedical Sciences, Environmental Public Health graduates.
The following graduates from the microbiology and infectious disease concentration will be greeted by Department Head Dr. Naomi Ward and Associate Department Head Dr. Jennifer McLean. Congratulations will be offered by college and university officials. Hunter Leyendecker from Parker, Colorado will pursue her genetic counseling assistant certification from Johns Hopkins before applying to genetic counseling programs. Sierra Bolazos from Reading, Massachusetts plans to gain medical experience before heading to physician assistant school and hopes to travel. Colin Corte from Crystal Lake, Illinois is pursuing a research career in virology and infectious disease. Brooke Schenkenberg from Greeley, Colorado hopes to study neurodegenerative diseases involving prion biology in graduate school. Erin Brady from Walpole, New Hampshire plans to continue her education in sonography. Gray Perkins from Fort Collins, Colorado plans to work as a pathologist assistant. Ezra Martin Jones from Greeley, Colorado plans to enter the field of environmental and soil biology. Nathaniel Cole Harrell of Jackson Township, Ohio plans to work in a public health lab before attending graduate school for epidemiology. Isla Anderson from Denver, Colorado plans to move to New York and work as a research associate before pursuing graduate school. Jenna Stewart from Colorado Springs plans to attend pathology assistant school and work in forensic or surgical pathology. David Vetter from Loveland, Colorado plans to pursue work in the field of microbiology. Jesse Wam from Bothell, Washington plans to either apply for a master's program or attend paramedic school before eventually going to medical school. Jesus Soto Atunez from Greeley, Colorado plans to work in the biotechnology industry. Marion Balsamo from Pensacola, New Mexico is applying to medical school and hopes to have a career in medicine. Carla Juarez from Sterling, Colorado will be applying to medical laboratory scientist programs. Isabel Johnson from Pueblo, Colorado plans to pursue a master's in biotechnology and then move on to a PhD in immunology and bacteriology. Rachel McMillan from Aurora, Colorado will be working in a clinical job this year before attending medical school next year. Taslima Yusuf from Firestone, Colorado plans to work in pharmaceutical project management. Dayton Rand McGrell from Detroit, Michigan will be pursuing a PhD in neuropharmacology at Wayne State University. Zoe Elizabeth Johnson from Kansas City, Kansas plans to take a gap year before applying to graduate schools. Logan Lowe from Huntersville, North Carolina will be completing an internship in the Savadra Rodriguez lab this summer before taking a gap year and then applying to graduate programs. Maya Colehep from Colorado Springs, Colorado will be taking a gap year before pursuing a medical career as a physician's assistant. Logan Reidenbaugh from Ramstein, Germany plans to go to graduate school. Nicholas Ioannidis from Aurora, Colorado plans to look for a job within the microbiology field. Carol Ryan from Colorado Springs, Colorado plans to take a gap year working with laboratory animal resources before applying to veterinary school. Wyatt Richardson from Fort Collins, Colorado, plans to attend graduate school. Emily Bradford from Brandenburg, Kentucky, will be attending Royal Veterinary College in London. Upon graduating, she will join the U.S. Army Veterinary Corps. Catherine Coffin from Midlothian, Texas, will be attending Purdue University's College of Veterinary Medicine before pursuing a career in small animal emergency medicine. Kylie Lynch from Aurora, Colorado, plans to work as a veterinary technician before applying to vet school in the next couple of years. Catherine Worrell from Berthoud, Colorado, plans to pursue a master's program from Mount Marty University with a focus in biotechnology and pharmaceutical company management. Thank you. Roman Overture from Arvada, Colorado, plans to pursue a PhD in microbiology after serving for a year in the AmeriCorps. Please join me in congratulating our biomedical sciences, microbiology, and infectious disease graduates.
The following graduates are from the undergraduate neuroscience program. This program is jointly supported by the College of Veterinary Medicine and Biomedical Sciences and the College of Natural Sciences. Graduates will be greeted by MCIN Director Dr. Noreen Reist and Director Dr. Phil Quirk, and congratulations will be offered by college and university officials. Evelina Bokovac from Colorado Springs, Colorado, and Prague, Czech Republic, plans to attend George Washington University as a PhD student in the Integrated Biomedical Sciences program. Alex Michelle Norris from Loveland, Colorado, plans to work in pharmaceutical sales before pursuing PA school. Kira Simpson from Lakewood, Colorado, plans to continue her education in neuroscience. Serena Suzanne Nabil Mansour from Colorado Springs, Colorado, plans to pursue a master's degree in public health and then plans to attend medical school. Asia Imani Willis from Dayton, Nevada, plans to pursue a master's degree in biomedical sciences, focusing in anatomy and physiology and neurobiology from CSU. Daisy Ray Solt from Fort Collins, Colorado, plans to work as a phlebotomist and pursue medical school in the future. Liliana Michelle Valdez from Cheyenne, Wyoming, plans to join the Peace Corps to work with youth in development. Madeleine Sar Medina from Mannheim, Germany, is hoping to attend PA school. Sergio Ivan Vizcarra from Colorado Springs, Colorado, plans to work as an EMT for 2 years before pursuing medical school. Hartley Judith Sandra Lane from Littleton, Colorado, will be continuing her education in the CSU Master's Program for Anatomy and Physiology. Suhani Ariel from Aurora, Colorado, plans to gain clinical lab experience and pursue a master's degree in neuroscience. Zoe Nakate Atkinson from Colorado Springs, Colorado, plans to stay on the CSU campus and continue to do research on chronic wasting disease at the Telling Lab and as a research technician. In the fall, she will be applying to graduate programs for biological anthropology. Matthias Rose Sibbins from Morrison, Colorado, plans to pursue PA school in the work in neurobiology, emergency medicine, or death care. Alicia Walter from Littleton, Colorado, plans to work in the field of behavioral health before pursuing graduate school to become a therapist. Joshua Langhorn from Thousand Oaks, California, plans to get a job in neuroscience while he supports himself as a musician playing for his band Still Runnin'. Him and his band will be releasing their next song, Where I Wander, in July and are touring California in August. Jack P. Nelson from Parker, Colorado, plans to attend dental school. Claire Vroman from Morrison, Colorado, plans to move to the D.C. area to pursue medical school. Corinne Herbst from Longmont, Colorado, plans to find a position in the medical field, helping patients with rehabilitation or pain management. Cameron Constance Badger from Omaha, Nebraska, plans to transition from a 12-year career in massage therapist into a career in investigative neuroscience researcher. Sophie Wassam from Visalia, California, plans to pursue medical school. Ashlyn Marie Madrill from Pendleton, Oregon, plans to travel the country while working as an EMT and preparing for medical school. Mackenzie Capples from Little York, New Jersey, plans to move back to New Jersey and pursue a career in clinical neuroscience research. Grace Wiseman from Minnetonka, Minnesota, plans to attend medical school in the future. Aaron Warburton from Smyra, Delaware, plans to do research after graduation. Charles Huntington Carr from Redwood City, California, plans to work as a lab technician before applying for graduate school. Ita Kabaru from Anchorage, Alaska, plans to work to end capitalism and free Palestine, then pursue her PhD. Andrew Bollinger from Erie, Colorado, wants to travel to the Pacific Northwest and do research for a year while applying to medical school. Miles Hopkins from Beaverton, Oregon, plans to move back to Oregon and do research for a year while applying to medical school. Jacob Lonergan from Los Angeles, California, plans to attend medical school.
Let's go, Trey!
McKinnon Wiles from Portland, Oregon, plans to pursue a doctorate in pharmacy at Colorado University of Denver Anschutz Medical Campus. Soku Moon Williams from Aurora, Colorado, plans on taking a gap year to study more before pursuing a medical career as either a physician assistant or anesthesiologist. Luis Gonzalez from California plans on pursuing his master's in biomedical sciences with an anatomy focus at CSU while working in the Lipkins lab. He eventually plans to attend medical school and open his own neurosurgery practice. Sydney Johnson from Westminster, Colorado, plans to work in the pharmaceutical industry. Kyla Dale Jacobs from Tempe, Arizona, plans to work as a research assistant for a couple years to explore her research interests before pursuing a PhD. Eric Lewis Haugen from San Diego, California, plans to pursue a master's in biomedical sciences with a focus on neurobiology from CSU. Julia Siegel from Evergreen, Colorado, will be pursuing a master's degree in biomedical sciences at CSU. Joseph Gibb from Moorhead, Minnesota, plans to pursue a pathologist assistant master's degree in CSU Biomed one-year master's program. Please join me in congratulating our neuroscience graduates.
On behalf of the entire College of Veterinary Medicine and Biomedical Sciences, I extend to all of our spring 2024 graduates congratulations for a job well done. We share your sense of achievement, pride, and satisfaction on this significant accomplishment. Now, I would like to pay a tribute to a vital force in this university, a force of which each of you receiving a degree today is now a part. I'm referring to the Colorado State University Alumni Association. I am pleased to call upon Dr. Philip Quirk, a Colorado State alumnus, to induct our newest alumni.
Hello everyone, my name is Phil Quirk. Some years ago, I was sitting something like where you are now, holding my diploma. I'll never forget how excited and proud I felt to finally get that thing in my hand. But I also remember feeling a little sentimental and, to be honest, maybe a little nervous. Nervous about leaving this beautiful campus, nervous about moving away from some of the greatest times of my life here on campus. Now it's time for you to all start writing your next chapter, to start tackling some new adventures, and to begin living your purpose to its fullest. Everyone sitting here has a different path and a different future. But whether you stay here in Fort Collins or travel to the far ends of the world, you all have one thing in common with each other and with more than 250,000 other Rams out there. You are now alumni of Colorado State University. When you leave this campus, rest assured your university will not leave you. No matter where your personal or professional journey takes you, know that your college, your former professors, and the CSU Alumni Association will be here for you every step of the way. Based on my personal experience, I can promise that the pride, excitement, and nervousness that you're feeling right now will provide fuel for that road. But eventually those feelings will change. They'll deepen, and they'll mix with memories, turning into a warm sense of nostalgia. As that happens, remember that this special place will always be your home. Someday, as you reflect on this occasion, you'll recognize that commencement isn't just a new beginning. Commencement also provides the opportunity to look back with pride and profound gratitude to those who helped you along the way. Faculty, staff, advisors, and your fellow students, many of whom are supporting you here today right now. If you look back even further, you might imagine those first Aggies painting the A up in the foothills, just west of town for the very first time, while other old Aggies are planting that last batch of trees around the oval. Both those events occurred a century ago this year. Like those early students, you've left your mark at CSU, and like those rows of American elms on the oval, you're rooted here. It is my distinct honor and genuine privilege to welcome you to the alumni family. Congratulations on a job well done. Go Rams!
Congratulations, graduates. Wonderful job in your years here at CSU. And thank you, Phil. As you all probably know, our college has been ranked recently as the #2 college in veterinary medicine and biomedical sciences in the country, though I believe it is actually the best in the world. And I actually think that a lot of that distinction comes from the fact that we have the biomedical sciences piece to go with our veterinary medicine piece, which sets us apart from many other colleges. So thank you for helping us to achieve that. You truly were part of our ranking and our reputation. There are a great many things which must come together to provide the level of excellence that lead to this kind of success. Two of the most critical elements in this combination are the students and the faculty, and I know we have the very best of both of these. I would like to ask the faculty and staff members in attendance to stand. And please join me in recognizing the talents of these individuals who played such an important part in the accomplishments of these graduates. Please stand, faculty. Thanks. Please be seated. And now I think it's appropriate to you, new graduates, to show your appreciation to some of the other individuals who have contributed so much to your achievements. Will the parents, spouses, family, and friends of the graduates please stand as I ask the graduates to take this opportunity to show your gratitude for the encouragement and support. Finally, I would like to echo Dr. Quirk's remarks about the relevance of you becoming an alumni of CSU CVM BS. At this point in your journey, you may be feeling fatigued, relieved, and excited to be leaving. However, I predict, based on my experiences and those of nearly 100% of the graduates that I have talked to about the remembrances of their alma mater, that with time you will come to acknowledge the tremendous importance of your experiences here at CSU. I hope you will keep in touch with us, share your thoughts, recommendations, and fond memories, and keep us updated about where the road ahead takes you. Finally, it is my great pleasure to introduce Dr. Colin Clay, Executive Associate Dean. He will be providing the farewell address as he comes to the podium. He's a fantastic speaker, and he's agreed to provide the final remarks here tonight. So thank you very much, Colin.
Thank you, Sue. I manage expectations here. A couple of comments off the bat. So the dean here has presided over a hooding ceremony last night for DVM students. A DVM graduation this morning, attended graduate graduation earlier today, and now undergraduate graduation. So it's quite a gauntlet, actually. And I'm quite sure the provost has been about the same sort of pace. And also, thank you, Dr. Quackenbush, for all you've done for the college and for these students. How much time we got? Yeah, so I figure we're about halfway through, don't you think? Right. So I've done a few of these commencement addresses in the past, and usually I try to find something, a news story or some event, something happening, in the popular press that might, inspire me a little bit to go down a pathway. And Lord knows there's plenty in the news these days, but none of them really seem to be something that would be kind of fun to talk about at a celebration like this. So serendipitously, actually, just yesterday had the occasion where I was presented with an event, and I went to the bank, First National Bank downtown, to get some paperwork signed. Will and testament, actually. So this is something you can look forward to in the future. And there's a woman in the lobby of the bank, not a greeter per se, was there to help people, go to the right place to do X, Y, or Z. And so I smiled at her, and she came up and she said, "This is true. This is verbatim. You're the first old man that smiled at me today." And it's going to take me a few days to sort of parse every meaning in that, but one is pretty straightforward, and that is old man. I suppose so. I tend to try to think of myself as being middle-aged, but alas, a typical lifespan typically falls somewhat short of 134 years. So I was thinking about this. Maybe it's natural, but as I grow older, I find myself re-examining things from the past, sometimes more so than a focus on the future. And I'm not saying that that's a healthy thing, but it's kind of a strange sensation because for most of my life, I've known where I wanted to go and had a sense of what I needed to do to get there. And now I got to say that's a bit less clear to me. And something came to mind with that. And there's a book, I know all of you have heard of it, and many of you have probably read it, called Alice in Wonderland. There's a scene in that book where Alice is walking down a road, and she comes to a fork in the road, And that's when she meets the Cheshire cat sitting in a tree, and she asks the cat, which road do I take? And the cat responded, where do you want to go? And Alice responded, I don't know. Then said the cat, it really doesn't matter. So that's been kind of liberating for me in a sense in the last little bit. But I think that's okay to sometimes not exactly know which fork you're going to take and exactly where that's going to take you. Nonetheless, here today, all of you are facing not just one, but a series of forks in the road, and those choices will ultimately matter. I mean, think about it. You've already made a pretty significant one, and that was to go to college, to come to Colorado State University, and here you are, and we couldn't be prouder. Now, I do think of the past. I first came to CSU as a freshman in 1975. Ponder that for a moment. And I've known this campus from the perspective of a student, an alum, and for the past 31 years, a faculty member. And I've seen this campus grow. I've seen it transformed. I even saw it mostly underwater during the Spring Creek flood of 1997. I've seen celebrations, speeches, graduations, protests, even presidential visits. Some of you may not know Barack Obama has been here twice, once as a candidate and once when he was president of the United States. So all of these are quite powerful and generally quite positive images. However, there was a time when I found this campus really disquieting and in fact, almost disorienting. And that was 2020, right? The same year many of you began your journey here at Colorado State University. So your first experience as a class of this class of 2024 were masked, distanced, punctuated by sudden head-spinning pivots from the classroom to remote learning. And of course, who could forget weekly spitting into a test tube for COVID screening? I was thinking about that. Maybe you didn't know what the polymerase chain reaction was in fall 2020, but I'm darn sure every single one of you know exactly what PCR is now and have probably done those reactions in experimental labs or in teaching labs. So you started college in the most unusual of circumstances, and what's amazing is you haven't just prevailed, you've succeeded. And a few of you have touched on this this evening, and this is a success that was underscored by a collective experience that was uniquely challenging, sometimes dark and sometimes disorienting, sometimes even perhaps joyful, but I think this is important. It was a shared experience. As I thought about this idea of a shared experience, my mind kept circling back to how such a shared experience in navigating difficult and sometimes threatening circumstances often creates a bond that only a few may truly understand. And so I've tried to think about something that might capture that bond, and having a military background, I don't know why I navigated to a poem called The Charge of the Light Brigade by Alfred Lord Tennyson. Half a league, half a league, half a league onward into the valley of death rode the 600. Stormed out with shot and shell, while horse and hero fell. They that had fought so well came back from the jaws of death and back from the mouth of hell. And wow, that's uplifting. So thought maybe that's not exactly what I want to try to capture here. So I turned to Shakespeare, specifically the play Henry V, and the famous speech he gave after the Battle of Agincourt. Quote here, "And St. Crispin shall never go by from this day to the end of the world, but we in it shall be remembered, we few, we happy few, we band of brothers." Now, of course, the term brothers only captures a part of the demographic of this class, but that's not the point. Rather, the point is the shared experience that binds people together. In class of 2024, that is you. I know not all, but many of you began together, faced adversity together, and now you gather here to celebrate your shared experience and your collective achievement. And I feel quite confident that you'll continue to succeed, even as you face the new, often unknown challenges and adversities that are part of life, because you already have. Anybody seen the movie Forrest Gump? Just a question. Yeah. There's a scene in there in which the character Lieutenant Dan, played by the actor Gary Sinise, he lost his legs in combat. He's tied himself to the lookout tower in a shrimp boat in the ocean in the middle of a hurricane, and is screaming into the wind, "Is that it? Is that it, world? Is that all you got left?" Now, I'm not one to counsel tempting fate in the face of a seismic event, but when you next face the next one, and you will, I suspect you'll face it with an equanimity that is the product of experience, a shared experience. So while the last 4 years have taken an awful toll, don't ever forget that, but please fully recognize what you have accomplished. The grace to recognize what you've accomplished. Fully recognize that even when you felt like it, you were never really alone, right? Recognize the help that you gave and the help that you received. Take the time that you have remaining on this fork in the road that you chose some 4 years ago to congratulate each other and thank each other and the other folks that stood with you and perhaps lifted you up from time to time. Now, I know full well as time goes by, events, places, even names can start to fade, but please, always remember this time and your shared experience at Colorado State University. Now, I mentioned that I found campus almost disorienting when we went fully virtual in 2020. And I remember one day in particular, it was midsummer, absolutely beautiful Colorado day, and I was walking around this beautiful campus, the Oval, incredible view to Long's Peak. Well, not tonight, but you've all seen it. And what was disorienting, and I think you'll know this, was the complete absence of people, right? Literally, I did not see another person for about an hour as I walked around campus. Now, I know you've heard the phrase, a book without a cover, right? So talking about somebody that's hard to read, inscrutable, right? But what I was seeing was the exact opposite, and that was a cover without a book, right? A beautiful cover, but nothing but blank pages inside. And it hit me home to me that what fills those pages and the story that emerges is you, the students. It's why we exist, it's why we have meaning. It's all of you, those that came before you and those that are still to come, that are truly the beating heart of this institution. You fill those pages. And the story that emerges goes on, and it's a story that I know and I suspect everybody in this room will never tire of. Now, I had the pleasure of attending high school in Hawaii. I graduated from a place called Punahou. The final charge at graduation at Punahou, at least in 1975, was a Hawaiian phrase that went, "Haina ia mai ana kapuana, aloha." And roughly translated, what that means is, let your story be told. So, CVMBS class of 2024, haina ia mai ana kapuana, congratulations and aloha. Just struck me as I was saying that, and Alex's talk earlier, I know that many of you didn't actually have a high school graduation, or if you did, it was some strange mix of masking and distancing and simulcast, and so, you know, maybe this evening, take the opportunity to celebrate both that graduation as well as this graduation, make it a memorable evening, but be smart, be safe. Now, I ask that members of the audience please remain seated while the platform group, students and faculty leave the ballroom as the Colorado State University alma mater is performed by the CSU Brass Ensemble. Thank you so much for being with us today for this commencement ceremony. Please meet your graduates in the Laurie Student Center lobby following the ceremony, and best wishes to all of you for a wonderful summer ahead. Thank you.
Colorado. 'Colorado, 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 '